So, when we stop using alcohol to numb our feelings, we're going to start feeling a lot of feelings. And we're going to need to, like, our brain is going to be looking for ways to regulate our feelings. Oftentimes, in my experience, this has been done by eating. I think we call it emotional eating. Sometimes it's been done by shopping, right? So, uh, shopping therapy, I think is what they call it. um, Over exercising can also be a way that we try to regulate our emotions, and then dependency on other people to regulate our emotions. So we want to start being able to have a practice that allows us to regulate our emotions on our own. So you stop drinking, you have about this big a window of ability to handle your emotions. So because it's so narrow, and the reason why it got narrow is because every time you had a good day, had a bad day, had a stressful day, whatever, you took a drink. And when we do that, it narrows the window of tolerance for dealing with difficult feelings, especially if we've done this year after year after year. We don't even know it. This is not really known to us until you come and you get a digital course and you find out, oh my gosh, I've been using alcohol to numb my feelings and I didn't even realize it. And now I'm trying to quit and I can't quit because my feelings are all over the place and I don't know how to manage them. And how do I do this? And here you are with me. Yay. So, how do we manage them in a way that if we only have limited time, um, limited funds, um, how do I manage my emotions? Okay, so this is how I use an emotional freedom technique called EFT tapping. This technique allows you to feel feelings, move through the feelings, and end up on the other side of the feeling less activated. So, I'm going to give you an example. When I stopped drinking, I felt very anxious a lot. And there was just kind of this energy, anxiety that I would feel in my body a lot. And it would cause me to buzz around all the time and just be elevated, high elevation a lot. And I would feel it almost in my whole body. Now, as I've been able to kind of practice this um, technique, I've been able to start locating the area of my body that I feel this energy in. In the beginning, though, I felt it everywhere, and you may too. Or you might notice it in certain parts of your body, like your chest, or your stomach, or your head. This physical manifestation of energy inside of you that goes along with an emotion. So, the first time I went to a support group, we'll just talk about that. I decided I needed someone said, "Oh, meet me at this support group. It'll help you quit drinking." And I had never gone to anything like that. It produced a lot of anxiety in me. I was very nervous about going. I didn't know what it entailed. I didn't know what to do, and I felt a lot of anxiety. This is the example that I'm using. And I could feel it everywhere. And so, in order to feel that feeling over the event of going to a support group for the first time, I tapped over it. So, this is what you're going to do. So, you are going to do what I do and say what I say. Okay. This is how tapping works. So, you're going to tap on the side of your palm. This is the karate chop. And you're going to say, I feel anxious all over. because I'm going to a support group and I've never been to one before. I deeply and completely accept how I feel. This is called the setup statement, and we're going to say this statement 3 times, right? So that was the first time. I feel anxious all over. I'm going to my first support group. I don't know what it entails. I deeply and completely accept that this is how I feel. I feel anxious all over. I'm going to a support group. I've never gone to one before. I deeply and completely accept how I feel. Then we're going to move to the top of the head. Both hands, 4 fingers. I feel anxious all over. 2 fingers on the face, right here at your eyebrow. I feel anxious all over. Temples, I feel anxious all over. Under your eye, I feel anxious all over. Under your nose, I feel anxious all over. I feel anxious all over. Clavicle, I feel anxious all over. And under your arm, I feel anxious all over. Okay, then you're going to check in with yourself and go, okay, do I feel less anxious, more anxious? Oftentimes we'll score it between 0 and 10. So maybe in the beginning, I started off at a 10, which was very, very anxious. And now I've only gone down to like an 8. I'm a little less anxious. Okay, so then I'm going to do it again. I feel anxious all over. I'm going to a support meeting. I've never been to one before. I don't know what to expect. I deeply and completely accept myself. I feel anxious all over. I'm going to support group. I've never been to one before. I don't know what to expect. I deeply and completely accept myself. I feel anxious all over. I'm going to a support group. I've never been to one before. I don't know what to expect. I deeply and completely accept myself. I feel anxious all over. 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 Take a drink of water. Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the highest feeling. How am I feeling? Okay, so I'm now down to like a 4. So you want to keep tapping until you get down to a 2 or below. So you just do the process all over again, right? All over again. You would do the process until your anxiety level, the feeling that you're feeling, is down to a 2 or below. Things to notice about yourself while you're tapping, because what tapping does, we're tapping on the meridian points. So if you were to get acupuncture to release the energy in your body, this is the same thing, but we're just using tapping. And so one thing that you'll feel about yourself is like you might notice that you yawn, you might burp, you might fart, you might tear in your eyes. This is your body releasing energy that has been stuck in your body. So we need processes and a practice and a habit. So habit that we practice, that's a process that allows us to feel our feelings in healthy ways. We need this so much because we don't have the ability to feel our feelings, especially early on when we've been drinking over them for as long as we have, or using whatever substance you're using, whether you're using alcohol or food or spending or people or exercise. We're trying to move away from destructive behaviors that are causing us pain and move into actually feeling our feelings and releasing them. And that is what emotional freedom technique does. For this purpose, for this course, we're just going to be doing the very simple practice of EFT. Now, there's many other ways to use this practice, and I use it to go through traumatic events and heal past trauma and inner child work. And I use it in a variety of ways. But for this course, we're just going to be using the basic EFT tapping with you. This video is followed by a handout that gives all the tapping points, right? The setup statement, and ways that you can use it. I would recommend you start practicing this every single day, even if you're not activated, right? Even if you're not feeling a certain way or discomfort or sad or mad or any of that kind of stuff. I still encourage you to practice this. Why? Well, you've not ever used it before. And so, in order to access it in the times where you are activated, you really want to be able to already have this particular habit in place. So, find a time each day to do it. Oftentimes, my clients choose the shower. Believe it or not, they use this in the shower because they shower every day. They do that every day. And so they're just adding this habit to that particular place. Some people do it when they're sitting there waiting for their coffee. Some people do it at the morning breakfast. Find a habit that you're already doing, something that you're already doing right now, and attach this practice to it. This is called habit stacking. It's the easiest way to get a new habit introduced into your schedule is to attach it to a habit that's already in place. So if it's coffee, if it's showering, if it's, watching TV every night, add this to the routine so that you can get in the habit of using it. And then you can use it when you're really activated. Happy practicing.